I'm delighted to be joined today by Mark Huijsmans, who's the Category Director Sound for Glen Dimplex Consumer Appliances. And in that role, he oversees the management and development of the UK's #1 radio and audio brand, Roberts. So Mark, welcome. It's great to have you join us.
Thank you, Ford. Glad to be here.
Okay, brilliant. Look, there's so many questions I've got for you, but I've got to sustain it in 10 minutes, so I'll move straight on. Obviously, the last 2 years has been a time like no other in terms of business performance, and obviously in terms of what the public has gone through. We've had the pandemic, we've had Brexit, we've seen, shortages in the conductor market. In terms of Roberts, how have Roberts Radio fared over the last 2 years? What's been the impact on your business?
Actually, so thanks for this question, Ford. I'm glad to answer it. Of course, a lot has happened also in Roberts and with Roberts. I'm happy to be able to tell you that it went very well. We just closed our book year 3 weeks ago. So we have a broken book year. So our, we call it full year 21 was excellent. We were looking at massive growth. I can tell that there's a few pillars. One is we have been rolling out internationally. So this year we've really launched in France with a part of our portfolio. The second pillar of it is sustained market share growth of 8% in the UK. So we grew our market share from 30 to 38%, and then I speak overall market, where in certain segments market share is even much bigger. And the year before, we have been growing also our market shares and also growing our turnover. So both top line and bottom line, as we mentioned, that top line is sales, bottom line is profit. We've been able to grow, and also we've been able to grow market share substantially in UK, and we've put our toe in the water now in France, but for the first time, really with also brand investments behind it.
Now, I've been very struck by some of the new product development initiatives that Roberts has been leading on, and particularly once again during a challenging time. I think about a year ago you launched the Roberts Beacon series, the Bluetooth speakers, and most recently you're just launching the Roberts Revival Petite radio, portable radio. Can you tell us anything about those developments and how they're doing?
Yeah, because of course it's not a secret that the radio market as such is in decline already a couple of years. So what do we now do to tackle that? We chose for innovation. So we try to come with. We spend we make big investments in consumer research, and then we see what are now currently unmet needs in the market, and how can we then as Roberts have and develop propositions that fit to the consumer needs for now and for the future. And we validate also the things we do. That's how we launched our first ever Bluetooth speaker. That's the Beacon. It's now on the market exactly a year. And we launched, we launched September last year.
Yeah.
Now a year in the market, and we're now, we just started actually the 15th of October. We started the third wave of campaign leading up to peak. And it's developing nicely. It's just putting a toe in the water, of course, in an immense business of speakers.
Yeah.
Then you have speakers with voice, without voice. Many big brands are playing there, the likes of Sonos, Bose, JBL, Ultimate Ears, and so I can continue. So we would never expect to have a massive market share immediately, but we're gradually building our share, and we're in it for the long run. So for us, it's a very important pillar under our growth. So new geographies and new categories.
Yeah.
And
you do seem to be leveraging the design aesthetic of Revival in the Bluetooth in the Beacon range, but also now the new product, which I don't know whether you've got a version of there. The Petite is also an extension of the Revival. So tell me about this product. It's quite new in stores now, isn't it?
Yeah, this one is in store only since the 1st of September of this year, so a bit more than a month now. It is a feature-packed compact radio, or it's a Bluetooth speaker. It's a Bluetooth speaker which has a DAB radio inside, and many people listen to audio. So that's the good news. And also many people listen to live audio. Less and less people use a radio device for that. So they use a speaker. So we thought, well, we have now at a very interesting price point, £99. We launched it just before gift-giving period.
Yeah.
And in the strength of our brand is the colorfulness. So this comes in multiple colors, but also the heritage of Roberts, the Roberts design style, so the revival style. And that's what we, that's a stronghold of our brand. And even in this very big, between these big competitors, I think we've been able to craft our own space. It's colorful, it's design, and it's about British music. That's us.
I did want to come back to your strategy for the future, both international, but also coming back to the audio market. I mean, obviously, you're called Roberts Radio, but it seems that increasingly you're looking for growth in the broader audio category. So is this, I mean, at the end of the day, will you end up having to change your name to be Roberts Audio? Or how important is the audio market and the speaker market for your growth?
Now, what we've done gradually, which we'll see, we have harmonized our logo. So we've now only one logo. So that's the logo that you see here.
Yeah.
It's only the Roberts scripted logo from now on. And also, we are not using any more Roberts Radio.
Okay.
Roberts. Yeah, so that changed. We've also repositioned the brand from Roberts Radio to Roberts, and we've changed the look and feel. So in all communication, it's now all aligned. And that's with a certain purpose, of course, in mind. So we are going after the audio. Yeah, so it's broader. We have already turntables quite successfully. It started very small. We've just started in Bluetooth speakers. And of course, our stronghold is radio. Now, strategically, a few things will happen. We want to grow geographically. So the first country where we've really invested in the brand, are investing in the brand, is France. And there's more countries to follow. We are already present in Austria, Switzerland, Germany, Benelux, but without big brand investments. But that will change, depending, of course, on how well the uptake is in France. But there also, last year was really promising. This year we put a much more budget behind. We have our new website live. So everything we've been doing in Roberts with having our new D2C platform, it's scalable. So we've also rolled it out now in France, same platform. So there we are live since the 6th of September. And again, it's all very early days, but it looks promising.
Mark, you were just talking about innovation and the importance of consumer-driven innovation. And how important is that for Roberts?
I would say crucial. Innovating only makes sense when you know it's relevant for the consumer. So if it's based on unmet needs, and we have that through consumer research, but also simply by looking at ratings and reviews on Amazon or on John Lewis' website, our own website, or anything else. And we look, of course, also at big trends. And one of the key themes for us as a company, as Glen Dimplex, is sustainability. And sustainability has many different angles. But we look at it, we will really come with breakthrough innovation in this area coming year. So then you're looking at optimal use of recycled materials in radio, in speakers. And we already won some awards last year for the Beacon Pack, which was rewarded with the IF Award for Most Sustainable Pack. And we want, of course, to continue on that route, but without compromising on quality, on comfort, and on cost for the consumer.
I did want to ask, just coming back to the UK, I mean, can Roberts grow its business in the UK, and can it grow its radio business still in the UK, or do you have to go to other categories for growth?
I believe strongly in innovation. If you keep bringing consumer relevant innovation, and we're already existing since 1932. And we would never exist anymore if we could not have brought relevant innovation. So we will continue with that. So fiscal year 22 for us is packed with innovation. So that's the way out. With the innovation, we validated with consumers. So we know actually, hey, this will work. This is what the consumers are waiting for. And we will launch new stuff in the radio category, but also new features and new benefits that are not yet seen in radio. I hope you can appreciate. I cannot tell all. I don't want to disclose all yet. Also, we will further, and that will be UK, because it's our bread and butter today. And we try to become less dependent on UK, but also we try to become less dependent on radio. So basically managing our portfolio to the full. So there will be growth in speakers from us, and there will be growth in radio categories. But of course, with this massive market share already, it's relatively hard to grow. And even if you grow, then the real money it's limited.
Okay, well, look, I mean, I really appreciate your time, and thanks for sharing, the progress update on Roberts. And obviously wish you well with all your future initiatives. So thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, Ford. I appreciate the time for this interview. And if there's any questions, then please let me know. I'm more than happy to answer them.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.